What up, people? It's your boy TB. We are having a few discussions today. I am excited to announce that we're going to have a few people come on here with us too, and that I'm very, very excited about. Y'all have it downloaded? Y'all have it downloaded? No, you're good. You're good. Um, okay. Uh, what's up, Crimson Brave? What's up, Jags fan? We're gonna have a few people jump on. I know I talked to Huff Billy and I talked to Crimson. Not Crimson. Sorry, Huff Billy and Sir UGA. I told them that I would jump on, and while I'm doing that, I'm hanging out with two of my friends. Uh, oh, I'm sweating right now. It's hot, but yeah, we're good to go. I'm about to post the link in the chat. What's up, traveling? We're just gonna talk some college and NFL football. I'm gonna post this on here. But yeah, me and Huff Billy were talking about just some stuff earlier, and I figured, you know what, might as well go live doing it. And he was like, you know what, I'll jump on here too. What's up, CJ? And so we're just like, dude, you know what, let's do it. So jumping on here. I'm gonna need coffee. Facts. So get you some coffee, sir. Definitely get you some coffee. I got me a little snack. I got me an energy drink. It's not coffee, but I guess it's the same thing. Um, the link is in there. Oh snap! My snack is still hot, so I guess we're gonna take some time on that. Crimson says roll tide. I feel you. I feel you there, buddy. I'm trying to think of a song to play while we let this thing build up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But good morning to everybody. It is June the something. We are all having a good summer, I hope. Okay. There we go. We'll bring on Huff Billy.
All right, bro. I'm here.
Hello,
I just wanted
hello.
you to know I'm here.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I said July, CJ. That's what I said. I didn't say June. Traveling Fools said they make beer coffee. Something like that. You know, just a little, something like that. And CJ, you know what I meant. You know exactly what I meant when I said that. But anyways, yeah, just I guess I guess I'll start it off this way. We were talking about DJ. What's up, Falcons fan? We were talking about DJ, not DJ. We're talking about Deshaun Watson. And I think the biggest thing when it comes to Deshaun is we all have to remember he didn't stop playing because of his play. Deshaun Watson did not stop playing because of his play. He was arguably a top 5. He's definitely top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Arguably a top 5. We just saw this man have to stop what he's doing because of off the field issues. And Huff Billy put it in a good way. Deshaun's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder. That man just got embarrassed in front of the whole world. Watson just needs to knock off the rust. Yeah, thanks. Just rewinded. You said June. CJ, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, like exactly, dude. The whole world just saw Deshaun Watson embarrass himself. The big thing now for Deshaun is being able to come back. What's up, Daniel? Being able to come back and just prove. I don't know. I think he's already proven himself, but I think he's going to do his best to come back and just make a statement. And I do agree, though, it being the fastest, the best football league in the world, I do think he's going to have to knock the rust off, but I don't see it being long. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even a Clemson fan, or I don't even know what team he's on. Is he on the Browns? Am I right, guys? I think he's on the Browns. wherever he's at. I don't know where he's at. Mm. But he's on the Browns. Okay. Just very curious to see how this goes. I made a point about Jameis Winston. I know that people knock Jameis, but not only did this man throw his 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, he did it before he got eye surgery. So what that should tell anybody, if they're like, oh, well, I know he couldn't see very well, but blah, blah, blah. That means that this man can read the crap out of some defense. He could read the crap out of some defenses. Because in order for him to have his 5,000 yards in a season, he had to have read, okay, the safety just bit here, or this happened here, this happened here. I can't hear you, Huff Billy. No, I can't hear you at all, Huff Billy. But like I said, I thought that was just for people not to give Jameis a chance. I think it's embarrassing to the league because it just shows that politics do form in the league. I don't think it's anything against them. I think it's just, honestly, I don't know. I know when it comes to statistics, I would take. I mean, not saying some of the best teams in the league, but that bottom half, I'd take him in a heartbeat. Especially if I knew that he just got surgery and he was, getting better or whatever. Like, dude, I don't know. Some of these quarterbacks out here, it makes me question. And not just some of the quarterbacks, some of the backups, guys. Like I said, that's comical to me at how pro sports work. In NBA and MLB and the NFL, it really does depend on the team that you're drafted to. Because you got people that when they're coming out of college, if they're a good quarterback, they're expected to produce in their first or second year. Then you have other guys that can go somewhere and sit for 3 to 4 years and just focus on developing. And if the guy that's in the NFL, if he doesn't, oh, okay, you said you're going to come back. Well, Jags fan, Jameis Winston never got a chance after he got after he had surgery. Not from what I remember.
Sorry,
I thought
I don't know what happened.
He never got a fully starting chance. Yeah. He got like a few quarters here and there, but I'm talking about a full chance. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but all these people don't understand second chances or redemption, and I think Jameis Winston, he just immature things in college. I give him that. I mean, he wasn't. Everybody wanted to crucify him, but the fact of the matter is he's immature, and he's a lot more mature now, and he's figured out what it means to be a professional. Hey, give him a shot. And the same thing with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson got money, and he thought, okay, I can just pay for sex, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, not if you're rich, not if you're in the public eye. You can do that if you're just a everyday average American. You can go pay for sex and it ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
But if you're rich, no, we're gonna extort you. I mean, that's what happened to him. And,
I know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, though, and I guess I want you to tell your story about the Taj Boyd. Tell your story about that. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Taj Boyd, he took a bet or a chance on Dabo mostly because Dabo's the one that was recruiting him, and he came to Clemson, and it was under Tommy Bowden there, and he's there at Clemson and did unspeakable things. I mean, not like bad things, good things, unspeakable good things. And the reason why he did it is because he believed in the team. He believed in himself. And so he did those things. But when he gets to the NFL, they wouldn't give him time of day.
Yeah.
And the guy still to this day probably would make NFL teams blush at having somebody like him at the helm, but they wouldn't do it for whatever reason. There was a bias or whatever you want to say
Yeah.
against him, and so he didn't get that opportunity. He got very few opportunities.
And Jags fan makes a good point. He said Winston lost the trust of the coaches. And I do believe that with some quarterbacks that is what happens. I get that.
Yeah.
But I also know there are more than just 2 or 3 teams in the NFL. There's no way you wouldn't take a chance on a guy that's 25 to 30 before you would somebody that's 22 and you know nothing about. Like the 22-year-old, you should want to be the backup so he can develop.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think sometimes people are just a little too pretentious, and they let things, personalities get to them, or their je ne sais quoi, is a French word would be. But that being said, with him, with Jameis, it wasn't just Jameis. It's a lot of these guys, right? They're pretty damn good quarterbacks, but they get ahead of themselves. Johnny Manziel, he didn't have the physical stature, but he just basically burned himself out with his, attitude or
No,
the.
and dude, and to add to your point, Esso said Watson spoke out about the NFL ownership and he paid the price. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
happens.
what happened.
As soon as you hurt some feelings, it's over.
Deshaun basically told the man to go fuck themselves, and then they
Yeah.
fucked him, and that's really what happened. And as much as anybody can buy um, sex or sexual things, right?
Yeah.
But if you tell the man to go fuck himself, well, oh no, you're now persona non grata. That's what I mean. Hell, look at what's his name? The guy, the Green Bay quarterback. You know,
Talking about Aaron Rodgers?
no, the other one, the one that
Brett
Falcons.
Favre.
Yeah, Brett Favre. Yeah, Brett Favre
Yeah.
did some crazy stuff, but they just kind of swept it under the rug. They don't care about that. But
I,
Deshaun Watson, because he told the owners they can go screw themselves, and so they brought down the wall. It's
yeah,
just
that's a good point.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's what it was. I mean, not defending him because he's a Clemson guy. I say this for Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston got crucified over some of the, I'd call them, they were just basic little, stealing crab legs. The only thing that got close to being a problem for me with him was when they were doing that sexual dance thing and ridiculing these women
I
at
didn't
Florida
see that.
State. Yeah, it was not a good look. But I don't look. I think it got exaggerated. I really do. Now, shouldn't even been there. Shouldn't have been a part of it. But that being said, young people do stupid stuff. That's all there is to it. And they were young. I mean, he wasn't Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
He wasn't 25.
I do think it is a little crazy though. I do think it is a little crazy though. The what do you call it?
The scrutiny.
Yes, because the one that I think of the most is Rob Gronkowski. I forgot where I saw it, but it was a video of him like doing some kind of like dance or whatever, and he's got his shirt off, and he's like dancing like he's on a stripper pole, and
Yeah.
it's like I think some players get, I don't know how you say it. Some players get a bigger leash than others.
Yeah, but they also get glorified because of that, versus other people get crucified. And
Yes,
and
yeah,
and,
no,
it,
agreed.
and look, it's not. I mean, I don't think it's always about race, but it has a lot to do with it. But here's the thing that really bugs me: it's about where they went to school. So if it's Notre Dame, for example, and let's just take a black guy from Mississippi or Georgia. You take a black guy from Notre Dame, and they do similar things.
Yeah,
They give the person from Notre Dame a pass.
yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And, and it's first and foremost, it's younger people. Well, if they're within reason. I mean, 25. You're not young then. But if you're 19, 20, look, people are going to make stupid decisions and make do stupid shit. As long as they're not hurting other people, like beating them into submission and trying to kill them and maim them and driving cars at 140 miles an hour and killing them.
yeah.
Why do we get so worked up about it? That's the part I don't get. I really don't.
I think we do live in that day and age now where you, yeah, that's true. Esso says if you stay in line, it's all cool, but if you don't, beware. I think we live in that day and age now where not just pro sports, everyday people want to control how you live your life, even if they don't say it. That was like what we talked on the phone. I was telling you about my grocery trip.
Yeah.
You find these people that they want you to be a certain way, and if it's not that way, they feel like, hey, you're not living life the way that you should.
Yeah. No. It's for me. It's do you learn anything from a previous mistake, and do you evolve in a positive way away from it? But you're going to make mistakes. I expect. I mean, if not, I mean, I'll just be the first to say I have made mistakes, and I will make more probably. And I'm at 59. I mean, everybody learns from mistakes, but the key is, are you learning something from them? That's all. And if
Yeah,
you are, and the coaches, that's what they should be doing, is saying you should be learning something here, brother. That's all. And changing your behavior, changing your decisions. That's it. But it doesn't mean you aren't going to make them. You're going to make them. It's human nature.
I
And
know.
especially when your head's filled with all this glory and fame and and coddling and being told you're God's gift to the world and all that bullshit. And then it goes to their head. It's like when you go to the NFL and you get a $12 million contract, and you buy this big ass Corvette, and you want to ride at 140 miles an hour in Nevada, and you hit somebody and kill them.
All right.
It's a big problem.
That was one of
Bad
the
mistake.
craziest things in the world to me.
I mean, you hope that you can learn something before you get to that stage and you do those kinds of decisions, but it's not always the case. It's sad. It makes me sad to think about it because some people don't know, and their whole life goes over in one day. Who was it?
And
The Georgia guy, Jared. Jared, was it
Jalen Carter.
Jalen? I mean, I'm sure Jalen had no idea and wasn't planning on it to be, oh God, we're just stupid. And afterwards, he's probably sitting there, even tonight, kicking himself. Not because of the money he lost, because of the friends he lost, the
Yeah,
people he lost. You have no idea, and we all want to crucify him like, oh, you're just a bad person. No, they just make People are immature. Their frontal lobe's not developed very well. Nobody's guiding them. Adults should be doing better. And I'm going to go ahead and call Kirby out. Do better. Guide these guys or women or whomever. You got to do better. And it's up to the adults to do something. It's not look, and the kids are not immune to not taking responsibility, but they don't have leaders. That's all.
And that was something that I was telling you earlier. That's something I really do appreciate about Dabo is, even though Dabo may seem over the top to a lot of people, the one thing he does do is he does give leadership. And Esso and Jags fan both said this. Jags fan said teams don't like distractions. Esso said exactly. That is very true. It is.
Yeah. But it's, look, nobody wants to be doesn't want a team disruptor or a locker room disruptor. You know what I mean? Team chemistry matters. But at the same time, you build team chemistry by paying attention to the individual. As a leader and as a coach, you do. You pay attention.
And I'll add to that. There are some teams they can't afford to think like that because they suck.
They suck so bad. I mean, Colorado.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Colorado, there is no telling who all they brought in. But what I do know is they brought in some talent.
I mean, they're throwing caution to the wind, man. They don't have no damn time. I mean, I get why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, everybody gets all righteous. Oh, well, they shouldn't do this. They should. Deion's doing it wrong. Look, man, one win.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's my point. That is my point exactly, dude. One win. So now, take that.
Whatever you got to do to fix that. If you get 3 or 4 wins, dude, margin. This is big victory margin there. So no, he's going to probably get 5, 6. He's going to get close to 6.
If he gets close to 6, dude, people are going to lose their crap.
Mm-hmm. He's going to get closer. He's going to get more than Lou would say he's going to get. I'll tell you that. And it's going to be more than 3. Guarantee you it'll be more than 3. He's going to upset some people and piss them off. But that's because he's giving people, there's a lot of people on that team that probably have made a lot of mistakes, right?
Yeah.
You don't make them again.
Well, do the right thing. Okay. What I just said about Dabo being that kind of mentor.
That's Deion.
Yeah, exactly. If you've ever seen Deion's social media.
Yes, sir.
Dude, he is all about some quotes, some motivation, some staying in line.
Hard love. I mean, I
saw one thing about Deion and I loved it. It was the quote was, or I don't know if it was his quote or what, but he said,
"I don't hate Kirby Esso."
Oh, he's saying that.
I think Kirby needs to put the clamps down. Is all I'm saying. I think Kirby wants to, and I think he's just reticent to because he doesn't want to kill the golden goose. But you know what? Fuck the golden goose is what Kirby needs to say. That's all. Guys, we ain't doing this shit no more. Sorry. And all you people who think that's what I'm about, we're not doing it anymore. That's what Kirby needs to do.
Yeah, you've already won 2 in a row.
Yeah, Kirby has it. He has it in his heart. And he will do it. I guarantee you. He's coming. If it ain't here, if they're not doing it right now, it's getting close.
Well, the thing that the quote was, it was like, if you're letting people's thoughts or their what was it? If you're letting people's thoughts or their perception of you become true, he said, at this point in your life, it is your fault.
That's
He
right.
said, because after a while, you have to make the
Yep.
decision on, are you going to let what people say about you be true or is it not?
That's right.
And it's like,
And it's your actions. It's how you act. It's how you react. Act and react. Okay.
yes.
And look, you don't have to be righteous. You don't have to be a Bible thumper. Look, I get mad at Dabo because he can do that way too much. I think he leans on that. Well, it's just how he is, and it's his thing. And I'm not going to judge him on his own little, his way he looks at things. But it's a
Mhm.
little overwrought to me. Okay, I'll just be honest. That being said, Kirby needs to put a little bit more of that in play. That's all. He doesn't have to go crazy. Don't be Jimmy Swaggart. Oh
Well,
God.
and that's the part too of like the whole life deal.
Mhm.
I love that these coaches are trying to push these guys to be elite. That
Yeah.
is I think that's what pushes us all about college football is
You
we
know,
love seeing that.
you know what yeah, you say that, but at the same time, I think they need to tell them to be normal. You know, sometimes people push to be above normal or way above normal or elite. I just want you to be normal. I'd like to see you just be a normal person. You can still strive to be great, but I want you to be normal as a great person. You can be great in what you do, but be normal everywhere else. That's all. But that's the thing that I don't feel like there's a balance. I mean, everybody gets pushed these heights. You're either normal or you're Satan. I mean, no. Be good. Be a normal person. When I say normal, I mean just be like everybody else in the world, regular people. You don't want to fuck dogs or get screwed by a chimpanzee or you're a normal person, right? I mean, I'm using
Yeah.
extremes here to make a point, but you you can't expect everybody to be elite all the time.
Yeah.
It's in every aspect of the life. You just can't.
And I think that's to me, and I'll tell you a funny story, dude. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the part where me taking what Kirby has done and trying to use it in my everyday life, because I've always been a chip on my shoulder type person, underdog type person. So when I train kids, I try to find something in their life and use that to motivate them. And I hear Kirby doing the same thing. I hear, you
Yep.
know, Coach Calipari from Kentucky, basketball wise, Coach Ariema from UConn. I
But it
hear good
has to be
coaches.
genuine,
Yes.
TV.
And they treat you as an individual. Every
Yep.
individual
That's
has
right.
their own niche, their own shoulder chip.
Yep.
And for
It,
me, I treated the team like this. And this is a funny story, dude. We played against the team. Our coach couldn't be there. She had something happened, and she had to be away. So the athletic director and me coached the team for this game. Well, the team we played wasn't very good. We beat them 77 to like 26. Right? We're terrible.
ouch.
We destroyed them.
That's
Well, after
that's
the
hurt. Doesn't
game,
it? But it didn't hurt you. Did it not bother you? You were beating them that bad?
I chewed the team out for letting them score 26 points.
No, but my point is, doesn't it bother you that the other team wasn't any better than that? That
It
you beat
it
them that
did.
bad?
It did, but like okay, example, fast forward, we won the state championship.
Yeah.
But before that, we didn't know we were going to win the state championship. So my mindset was I have to get their mindset. Oh, by the way, Ryan, if you're watching this, dude, just click that link and then jump on in and I'll add you to the
Yeah. Come
stream.
on in. Come in here for a
Um,
minute.
But dude, before that, I didn't know. So I was like, I have to get their minds right. I have to get them to think this way. Okay. So this is what I did. After the game, I chewed them out, and dude, they were all so annoyed. They're like, Coach, how are you not happy? We just won 77 to 26. I said, well, the team you just beat by 30 put up 85 points on them. You guys only put up 77. And so they're like a little pissed off at me. Next couple of practices, Hufferbilly, they won't even talk to me. And it's like, and in my mind, I'm like, should I apologize? I was like, you know what? No, I'm okay. We'll just let it be.
No.
Fast forward 3 weeks goes by or 2 weeks goes by. We play this team again, but we play them at their place. I remind them because, of course, now they're talking to me again a few weeks later. Everything's okay. Well, I remind them this team scored 26 points on you. That is unacceptable. I prompt Hufferbilly at the end of the first half. It was 41-3. 41-3.
But I get beating them. But and I would have done the same thing. Trust me. I would.
Yeah.
But don't you feel bad that the other team is that inept?
Yeah. No, and part of me, yes.
It just makes me so mad when I see a team like that.
Yeah.
I just want to go grab the other coach and go, "What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yes, what are you doing? Yo, at practice, what do y'all do? Well, we play hopscotch and rock, paper, scissors and dodgeball and
look, you have hey, I'm playing in the ACC. My team's playing in the ACC. I want to grab these teams by the freaking collar and go, what in the hell are you doing? Syracuse, Boston College.
Well,
I mean, Jesus,
so
man.
this is my point to that. Do I feel bad for those teams? Yes, I do. But at the same time, and Kirby said this, and it has stuck with me ever since I heard this 6 years ago. You are where your feet are.
Yeah.
You can be nowhere else. You are where your feet are. And so, dude, we're up 41-3 at halftime. They're all laughing and joking around. Of course, I got a serious look on my face. The coach is like, hey, we're doing this good. We're doing that. The third quarter is about to start, and I don't say anything. Well, the team scores 6 points in the third quarter. Well, that's not a lot of points, right?
Yeah.
Well, after the third quarter, I turn around to them and I said, guys, they scored twice the amount of points in the third quarter that they scored in the first half. Are you serious? Dude, they got so pissed off at me, Hufferbilly. the other team did not. Yeah, they didn't score in the fourth quarter. The final score was like 61 or 64-6 or 64-9. And after the game, they're like, Coach, are you happy now, Coach? And I said, guys, do you realize what you just did? And they're like, yeah, we made you happy. I said, no, you played to your potential. And it finally clicked. They were like, wait, so you did that? So we would, yes. I said, so you would prove to yourself how good you could really be. Whether you're playing a good team or a bad team, you should always play to your best.
You play to your best. Don't play to their lowest. You don't play to the other team.
It finally clicked to them, though, dude, and they were just like, holy crap, I see what Tiger Baskins is doing. He's acting this way, but he's really trying to get me to compete with him, but he's getting me to compete with myself.
No, yeah, this is like golf. Golf is the same thing. You're not playing against other golfers.
Agreed. You're playing
against the course. You're playing against yourself.
Yes. What's up? What's up, Ron?
Ron.
This is one of the kids that I know. He's really cool.
Ryan, you're good, man. You're on, right?
Can you hear us, Ron? Ron, hello? Hold on. Let me call somebody.
Sure.
911. I have an Alabama fan. I have an Alabama fan that is passed out on the stream because he's worried about his quarterback situation. Can you hear me?
Poor quarterback.
Wait, the freaking bro, the operator on 911 was an Alabama fan. She passed out too. Oh my goodness.
Poor Brian.
Anyway,
poor
Ryan will come on.
Hey,
Ryan, he'll come on in a bit. But
I feel bad for Alabama. I mean, to a certain extent, because it's falling that far in such a short period of time. And then everybody can say that about Clemson too. I mean, give me a break. I know we've lost 3 games the year before. We lost 2 in the regular season last year. We lost 3 with a bowl game. But at the same time, Bama's even worse. I don't even know how that happens. I really don't. Not with Saban,
Well, and I
unless.
have to say this, dude. This sounds so. I don't
Mhm.
even care how it sounds, dude. The thing with Saban that I don't forgive, Saban has done a really good job of beating the crap out of teams. I remember when he played against Georgia, and we had Nick Chubb. Okay, Nick Chubb broke for 100 yards later in that game. They were up like 38-7 or something like that. Well, he was pissed because Nick Chubb broke for 100 yards. And it's like, my point is he didn't want to give up anything. And so now I don't feel sorry for him because it's like,
No, 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 no. You feel sorry for Nick Saban? I mean, come on. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I said earlier, do you watch Matt Be Great on YouTube? If anybody hasn't watched that cat, watch Matt Be Great. He's an Alabama guy. He will call it like it is. I mean, he gives Alabama a hard time. He's an Alabama guy, but he don't pull any punches. But his point is, if you think Nick Saban's going to stand for that for long, no, no, unless
now
he's
that part, that is actually a very good point. I'm very curious to see how that works out.
Nick's not going to sit there and take this shit. If he'll quit. I'm telling you,
Yes,
he's
that
closer to retirement than not. And he'll say, I ain't putting up with this shit, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. If y'all can't get your act together, y'all will get another coach. I'm out.
I actually believe that 1,000%.
Yep. He's going there. But
I'm just
these
saying
people need to get their
he
ass together. I mean,
he's so competitive though,
yeah,
dude.
he, he ain't going to put up with it. And look, if they would just like anything, a good restaurant owner or a good restaurant manager, okay, you have cooks and you have waitresses and staff and everything else. You know their success. They built this 5-star restaurant, another 5-star. Back, and you're in there working for them, and they come in there and go, "What are you doing?" We've talked about we train on this. This is what you do. That's what Saban's trying to do. Now, if people aren't listening anymore, they don't have any respect because he's 70 or whatever. He's grandpa. He used to say, "Yeah, I don't even give a shit anymore. You don't want to hear me? I'm out."
Yes. Well, and to me, the reason why I say that, and I don't want to sound ignorant. I know to some fans, they're like, TB, you can't think that, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I say that, at some point, you can't coach forever.
It, it gets, look, everybody gets tired of everybody else doubting them. Saban's earned all the credibility he needs to earn. So when he says something, every one of those players should snap in line and listen. But they don't because they're young and stupid and they don't have a frontal lobe developed. And and so he's going to probably get more tired of them not doing, listening and behaving or doing what they need to do to win. I think he's going to get tired of it quicker than they'll get tired of hearing his ass yell at him.
Yeah, well, and look, Crimson Brave, he does have a good point. Crimson,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you dang good credit on this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold on, let me make sure. Ron, are you there, bud? Trying to make sure. He said he was gonna join in.
Come on, Ryan.
He said it just keeps freezing up.
Uh,
Okay, well, can you hear me on the stream though? We'll try it one more time. I'll bring him in because he is an Alabama fan.
of course.
Can you hear me, Mr. Ross?
I can hear you, but can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Okay. So listen, Crimson Brave made a good point, Ron, and Ron's a Bama fan, so he definitely feels this. Crimson says we've had even worse quarterback situations in the past, ended up being just fine. That is a good point to an extent. But what I'll say to that, to combat that, you've never had a quarterback situation worse than this. Even the quarterbacks you've had that were not athletic, that were slow, they were still game managers. Now you have quarterback like Milroe. That dude's the most athletic quarterback in the nation, but he's not a game manager. He sucks at quarterback. He's faster than any quarterback in the nation. He just sucks at the quarterback position. So it's like, that's what I'm saying is at Alabama, when you have the
I'm gonna jump in here because the Notre Dame quarterback, as much as people, he's a good quarterback. Okay. And
I do think that he is going to be if he lives up to just being a game manager, Alabama will be Alabama.
He is. He's good. He's that good.
Yeah.
He ain't no shit. He ain't no shit quarterback. But at the same time, he can't get injured. He's got to be healthy. You got to keep him protected. The offensive line better keep.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because Alabama's offense last year was terrible.
Keep him clean. That's all I'm gonna say. But I hear you, Crimson. You had he had Bryce, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why didn't y'all do something with him?
Which one?
No, the Jace Bryce. You can't expect a team to go from what he was in control of to this without a quarterback and expect it to just it's better. No.
And I agree.
It's way worse.
What do you say, Ron? What is your opinion on just the whole? Like, what do you hear from Alabama fans? What do you think personally? Like, give us your whole
tape.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Ryan. Okay.
Ryan.
While we're waiting on Ryan, Jags fan, that is a perfect point. Bill O'Brien was a terrible offensive coordinator.
No, he was horrible. I mean, come on.
Well, and we dogged. Me and you just talked about that. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I think they should put in Simpson. I think he's going to be able to lead the game QB-wise more than the White did.
Well, how's he better? How's he better than Bryce?
How's he better than Bryce? I don't think he's going to be. I don't think one of our QBs that we ever know.
What else is better than Bryce? What other things on the offense that Alabama's bringing back is better with a less than Bryce quarterback?
Yeah. What he's saying, Ryan, he's being rhetorical. He's saying you just had the best quarterback that you've ever had in Alabama history, and you still lost 2 games.
Yes.
How is this guy supposed to come in and y'all do better?
I don't know about that one.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's more rhetorical. It's not.
It's hard. It's hard. No, it's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough question to answer.
I'm not saying I have the answer either, and I think Saban's got more magic than most of these coaches, right?
Agreed.
So, but at the same time, you just scratch your head and you go, "How in the hell are they going to fix this?"
Crimson Brave makes a good point, and I'm going to add to your point, Crimson. You just had a terrible offensive coordinator and a Heisman quarterback. So that means Bryce was able to make things happen on his own. No help from the offensive coordinator. Now you have Tommy Rees coming in. Offensive line will be way more simplified. I think running the ball. Crimson, I do hope that y'all have a better run game. But remember, your second and third string running back are both true freshmen. There, you had the number 1 and number 3 quarter running back in the nation, or number 2 and number 4, whatever it was. It's just
they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is there's a lot to account for, but we can't forget Alabama's got one of the top 3 or top 4, no, top 2 or top 4 most talented rosters in the freaking college football.
No. I think this is why I say Saban is the magic man. Okay,
Yes.
and if he has the right coordinators that are doing the shit that if they can extend his brain into the coordinators, they're going to be crazy good. I mean, I don't give a fuck about the talent. I really don't. I think that that shit will happen.
Yeah.
The hard part is can he extend himself into those coordinators quickly? Like, it's hard to do in 1 year. That's all. Got 2 new coordinators.
I know, and that's where if the run of Saban is not over, we will see the increase. We will see the increase of Bama this year.
Yeah.
You'll see the coordinators start to come into play.
Yeah. But that being said, so here's the real crux of the problem. And everybody, I mean, I see Crimson Braves comments in here too. Everybody gets mad or thinks that, Clemson's not going to be that good this year because they weren't good last year. Well, everybody thinks Bama's going to have struggles this year because they weren't good last year. I think both of those takes are reasonable, but they're also open to, weaknesses. Because I think that when you change from 1 year to the next, and Bama's changing, they're changing. Clemson's changing. Do you think that they're going to be the same teams they were last year? They could be worse now, I get it, but their talent level isn't worse. Their talent level is the same. It's really high. And they got changes that are probably, in anybody's estimation, better than where they were. So do you think they're going to suck, Bama? Do you really think that?
No,
I don't.
I agree.
I don't think.
I love that.
I don't think Clemson's going to suck. I think Clemson's going to be way better this year than they were last year. Are they going to be championship better? Well, we don't know. But they ain't going to be, losing to South Carolina by 1 point because they can't fucking run the ball because somebody's making stupid play calling decisions.
That and yes, dude, and Ryan, what he's talking about, he's a Clemson fan, Ryan, and they had one of the worst offensive coordinators in the nation.
It was horrible.
I was watching the game that South Carolina. It was awful.
Yes,
it was the. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I hold with my wall over here in the den. I put the whole picture frame and everything.
Every now and then I get a little bit mad, and I know.
I lost my mind in that game. And then before halftime, I was like, "Oh, fuck it. I hope they lose." I really did. I was like, "I hope you lose," and they did. And I went, "Yeah, Serge's right."
That same feeling though, when we had Mike Bobo, I used to.
Well, you got Mike Bobo now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when we had old Mike Bobo, I used to get so mad because it was like, why don't they make a change? And then, so I used to say, like, I hope they lose. Like, I hope they get the dog crap beat out of them.
You got Mike, but the good news is you got Mike back. Redo.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
It's a scary point, actually.
Because it can go both ways.
Yeah, he better have learned by now.
It's like a yield sign. It can go both ways.
Yeah, you're like, dude, if he does that again, I swear to God, I don't know. I think Lou might actually blow his mind. I think he might kill himself.
Well, I do. Also, though, what the good thing is, I think there were a lot of Georgia fans who felt the same way, and especially towards the end of Bobo's career.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they know that the pressure's on them. You know what I mean?
Well, there isn't an end to Bobo's career because he's the offensive coordinator of Georgia now. Ain't no end. He's still flying high. And my only point is that if he does the same shit he did in the past and fucks up like he did in the past, I don't even know. I mean, honest to God, the shit's gonna come down raining from hell. It's
I know.
gonna be ugly.
No, I mean, I trust me, I agree. But I think that's why I don't feel as worried this time, because I know for a fact Georgia's not going to put up with that again.
Well, they shouldn't, but they made him their offensive coordinator. So
Yeah.
let's just see. I hope he doesn't. I mean, seriously, I think he's a good person. I really know. I know something about him, and I know he's a good person. I don't want him to be, turned into a pariah. But he's out. His ass is hanging in the wind right now.
Yeah, he already has pressure on him, and it's not just because of the Todd Monken deal. It's because of back-to-back championships.
Back the history. Yeah, he's in deep. Yeah, y'all already got 2 natties without him. And in the history he had, he couldn't get out of his own way. Now, if he does that again after 2 back-to-back natties, he can lose a close game, and it won't, 1 or 2 play calls ain't gonna kill him. But if he F's up this year, dude, I feel bad. I really do. I'm cringing for him.
I actually agree 1,000% with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's room to feel sorry for him, because Georgia fans have already seen. We already saw the recipe, the ingredients to win a national championship. We just won 2. So if he messes it up by, you know what I'm saying? If he messes it up by running a different scheme, it's going to be noticeable. It's going to be literally out. The whole world is going to see and go, okay, he's not that guy.
Hey, Nuck Tuck, I'm going to tell you right now, to be honest, and I'm not joking. FSU is not going to beat Clemson. Okay, so just be clear. And they're not. And I can go ahead and give you I can read you chapter and verse as to why. 1 fucking year of transfer portal recruiting doesn't make you a Clemson killer. Because Clemson doesn't need the portal to kill FSU. Okay? We haven't needed it. We don't need it. It doesn't matter. So don't even get me started. And I hope to God, I can't wait for y'all to show your ass up over there in the real Death Valley. And when you do,
wow,
we're going to whoop your ass. And we're going to whoop it bad. And it's going to make a statement.
Real bad. Dun, dun,
Real
dun,
bad.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, no,
It ain't gonna be pretty. They're gonna whoop them bad. I mean, really. And people don't realize what's coming, but it's coming. But it's not that Clemson's God. They're gonna lose a game. And I don't know. Maybe Notre Dame, maybe North Carolina, maybe NC State. But it won't be South Carolina. It won't be Notre Dame, and it won't be Florida State. Guarantee it. It will not.
I think the thing that's so exciting about that game, though, is that
we run down the hill and we rub a rock.
I mean, yeah, that too. I'm saying, I think the thing exciting about that game, Florida State is going to try to make a statement, because what I've heard from Florida State fans, they felt like they beat you for a little more than half that game. And when you watch the game, Florida State didn't play bad. They played pretty good.
Well, yeah, I was in the stadium, man.
That's right. I remember you telling me you were there.
I was there, and I was screaming. I was madder than a wet hen the second half. Okay, because we already beat them in the first half.
Yeah.
And then we came out and we played soft for the whole second half. It's like we were just like, oh yeah, we got the game in the bag. That pisses me off. Okay. I like killer instinct.
But I think
so
that comes from the offensive coordinator. So just
yeah,
like Florida State,
I agree with you.
Florida State's looking for the rematch. I think Clemson's looking for the rematch.
No, the defense. Look, the offense didn't help the defense. They didn't stay on the field. They gave 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and the defense was on the field for too long in the second half. And then Florida State ain't no shit team. I mean, really, they're not. They're probably the second best team in the ACC.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the thing that people don't realize is Florida State. The thing that Florida State is so good at, just from what you've seen, they're a mismatch team, dude. They're a killer mismatch team. They've got a 6'7" wide receiver, but then they also have a freaking quarterback who can beat you with
Travis
a scramble. He can beat you with his arm.
If you don't like Travis, if you don't, I mean, look, I'm hoping he gets the Heisman. To be honest, I really am. But at the same time, 1 or 2 players shouldn't make this is the thing. If Clemson lets 1 or 2 players win the whole thing, then that's on Clemson.
Yes.
Period.
Now, but I'll also give to Florida State too. Last year, I know this year they lost 1 running back. Last year, they had like 3 running backs, dude.
No, they ran the ball in the second half, dude. It was 8, 12, 15 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 10 yards. And I was like, where the hell did the defense go? Well, that's because the offense couldn't stay on the field. They were out there all the time. They were getting their ass wore out. And Florida State ain't no chump change. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you gave them too much leniency. Yes.
Yeah. And it came down to a kick. If they'd have gotten an onside kick and kicked the field goal, they'd have won the game. Seriously.
Well, and that's where Florida State, to me, and I said this 3 years ago. I was talking to Nucktuck's older brother, or Nucktuck Hot's older brother.
Yeah, he's good.
I told Florida State. I told him. I said, Florida. This is when they won like 7 games. I was like, dude, 3 or 4 of the losses they had were within 7 points. Like those were close games. Well, then the next year, that had to have been 2 years ago, because then last year, Florida State put it all together, and it was like, oh my goodness, Florida State looks good. This year,
look, I like Florida State. I think look, I'm not a 2-teamer or anything. I mean, I like Georgia too, by the way. I mean, I think Georgia's. I said this for years now. Georgia's like our cousins. They're 80 miles apart campuses, right?
You said like your cousin, so like Alabama cousin?
Sort of. Yeah. Okay. As long as she's got 2 teeth, I'm good. No, but
all right.
Florida State's a good fucking team, and they're going to be good, and they're going to come. I mean, I guarantee you, if you don't see it, you're an idiot. I just don't think they're there yet this year. I don't, and I think if they don't figure out how to recruit up front instead of doing the transfer portal bullshit, because that's going to kill the locker room. Really, you can't have a mercenary team. You really can't. You need a team that's built cohesively. And mercenary teams are not cohesive. And that's all. I mean, and you can do that in Colorado for a year or 2 because they have to retool the whole
they're so depleted. Thing. Yes. Yeah. You have to, as a Colorado team or Nebraska or Wisconsin, you're so depleted that you have to transfer.
You have no choice.
Yeah. And I get that too.
But you got to believe in the players you recruit, and you got to develop the players you recruit. Otherwise, the problem isn't on the recruited; it's on you. You recruited them, and you didn't develop them. So, So any time that you don't want that to become the norm. That's all. And so that's why I always say Norvell needs to next time. He doesn't need to be relying on the damn transfer portal. It's not that you shouldn't use it occasionally. I mean, Dabo's extreme, but you don't rely on that. That ain't your bread and butter.
No, I agree.
And it's
Okay.
so sad, you know. But I think Florida State's good. I mean, I really do, and I think they're close. I think they're real close. But this year, and not to hate on them or anything, but they ain't great. Guys, just you probably next year. I seriously believe by this time next year, yeah, we'll be going. Oh shit, Florida State's back on top.
I do think that Florida State has a chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have a chance. There is no doubt they have a chance, and they could beat us. I mean, look, I believe they will, but if that, but that's because I think we're doing some things too. You know, it's not like we're sitting still like we were last year. We made huge changes.
If y'all had the same offensive coordinator from last year, I'd feel different.
Yeah, I'd be like, we're fucked. Yeah, I'd be like, we're done. But we don't have that, nor do we have the same quarterback, nor do we have the same the receivers that we have now. We didn't even have half of them for the year. They were all injured.
I know.
I mean, most of them were not out. I mean, I know they're injuries. I get it. But they were not. We didn't have a full complement. I mean, and the same thing with the defensive backs on our defense. I mean, half of them were gone for half the year.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we've got people who had to spend their their sophomore and freshman years playing D-back. And now we got the guys who were juniors last year back as seniors, and we have people who were sophomores last year back as juniors. And they're going to be fine. It's a totally different system, a totally different the same thing with Florida State. So let's go. I mean, let's play.
You know what's crazy is, though, sitting here talking about Clemson and Florida State, another team that really strikes me is Florida. And I know they're not in the position that you guys are or Florida State, but dude,
I'm gonna tell you the team that really. You want to talk about another Florida team?
well, go ahead, Miami.
Yes, sir.
Well, my reasoning of talking about Florida, dude, Florida just got 8. Listen, last year they brought in 18 4-stars, and then this year they got the freaking number 2 class.
But they're not playing this year.
No. And I agree with that. What I'm saying is, we all know, we all agree, you have to build a roster. You just said that about transfer.
But I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the 2 years from now or a year and a half from now. That's different.
Well, and that's kind of my point is, Billy Napier, he is proving Dan Mullen who. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, if he brings in, he's got the number 2 class right now. Let's say he finishes top 5 this year, because it's hard to stay where you are. If he does that for the next 3 years, 18 4-stars this year,
dude,
3 straight top 5 classes.
Dude. I know you like fishing and all, and that's fine.
Well, look, I'll tell you the real reason. And I told Fishing this. To me, it's not fishing. To me, it's I know that one day I'm going to be a coach, and I know that I'm going to have to work from the bottom. Well, guess where Billy had to come from?
Listen,
you know,
Billy's got to coach the players he's got. Okay.
Yeah.
And look, recruiting. I get you got to have talent to coach, but if you can't coach, if you don't take the talent you got,
yeah, now that is true.
So you still have to field a team that's good and that
now,
knows how
we
to
agree,
play.
Though, can we agree that this year is going to be the year where we'll be able to judge him?
This is Billy's year to prove everybody that he's a good coach.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Because this is the hardest year he's going to have. The rest of the time, he's got all these recruits. They'll cover up all the flaws.
Agreed.
He has no chance to cover up a flaw. They ain't got shit. in the cupboard.
Dude, I wish Dan Mullen would have just said, "Hey, I'm gonna be the offensive coordinator," and Billy Napier be the head coach.
Look, I don't have any love loss for Billy Napier, but I guarantee you that guy's been handed a shit full of nonsense. And the fact, if anybody gets mad at what happens in Florida this year, well, they don't have a clue what's going on. I mean, the guy was handed a shit sack. That's all, and he was. And I love the fact that they all want to hate on him right out of the gate. Oh, if we don't do this, this is his year. If he gets 6 wins, I swear to God, I'll pass out.
If he gets 6 wins, dude, that's gonna be huge.
I'll be like, what the hell?
Well,
That's
because their
impressive.
schedule this year is a lot tougher. Just because of some away games,
Yeah. It's gonna be.
And that's, like I said, that's huge though. And that's why I love to get your opinion on that, because I completely agree. Ron, are you still on here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good deal. Hey, what do you think, man?
I want to
I
get
just
Ron.
don't know enough about Billy Baker. Not gonna lie.
It's okay. We don't know a whole lot about Billy
You know,
Baker.
Florida.
Hey, Ryan, who do you think is going to be a surprise? Who do you think?
Who I think?
Just in general. I mean, like some of these crazy outlier teams. I mean, I look
Michigan State.
Why you say that?
I just feel like they got some good people that came back in. I think they might do some good this year.
The one that I can think of for Michigan State is they have a running back that's coming back. He was actually like the number 4th running back on the draft board.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure didn't they get a like almost a whole new O-line?
Well, they got So basically, they got 2 new guys from the transfer portal that were starters last year. They were for lesser teams, but they were still starters.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have said Nebraska?
Yeah. Why did you say Nebraska?
What's Nebraska got going on?
Or Maryland?
No, he's just talking crap. He's just talking crap.
I mean, Michigan State, bro. I mean, seriously? No, I hope. I mean, it'd be a great story if they did it. I don't know. I don't know. I think there are a lot of unsung heroes. I think Texas Tech is going to be better than people think.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, Papa Billy, that's crazy. Michigan State had they had a really good transfer portal, and then they also had a what's it called? They also had a good recruiting class. Like apparently they're. I know they've done terrible.
Look, the transfer portal won't help this year, but
now look, I know.
But the recruiting class isn't going to help this year.
No, agreed. Well, and I know that their young guys are going to have to step up or get older. But, dude, Michigan has a top 20 roster, which is crazy because they are underachieving like crazy.
Yeah, I think that Michigan State is this is where Saban came from, right? So I think Michigan State is one of those places where you go and you prove your bona fides if you're a coach or up and coming.
And then move up later.
Yeah, but I don't think that coach is that guy. You know, and that's why I laugh a little bit about it because I just don't see Michigan State having a coach like that. Like Franklin at Vanderbilt. I mean, when he was there. And he proved his bona fide. I mean, nobody wins at Vanderbilt. What the hell? And he did. Now he's at Penn State. He ain't won shit. I mean, God, another flash in the pan. He's gone. And everybody wants to go, oh, it's their year this year. I'm like, yeah, okay. Just keep holding your breath.
Well,
You'll drown in a minute.
real quick, Nuttuck says the Tally Degenerates are going to raid Death Valley. And then he also said Florida stinky, Miami double stinky, UCF triple stinky.
Hey, hey, look, I would love for the Tallahassee people when they get to Death Valley, because I'll be there. Trust me, I'm going. Whether I have to pay $1 million for a ticket, I'll sell the house, my car, whatever else it takes. But I'll be at that game, and I'll guarantee you, there ain't nobody going to celebrate that game other than Clemson, and it's going to be great. And it will
Also,
be a decisive victory. It won't be like, oh, last seconds. No, we're going to beat y'all like a drum.
two
Trust me.
things. He says Vanderbilt is winning 13 games this year.
And Nuttuck's delirious and on drugs. So we don't have to worry about it.
He might not be delirious, but I know he's on drugs.
Yeah, he's done. I mean,
But he's on good drugs.
yeah, just don't go driving, please. Stay in your house on your internet. We don't want that. I don't want you getting out in public and killing somebody or killing yourself even. I mean, I don't want you're too much entertainment. I don't want you to die. You should stay around for a while. Nah, it's funny. I look. I love my Florida State fan. I do, but not yet. You're coming. You're going to be here probably next year is when you're going to assume the role of the leader.
Assume the position, Nuttuck.
Assume the position. Yeah. You'll have the
Assume
strap
the
on.
position of the
Clemson. Yeah.
Assume the position of the gimp.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'll have the strap on, and we'll be the ones going.
Ryan, I know you've never seen this
Yes.
movie because I know I've never seen it. I know Nuttuck. If you ever get the chance to watch the movie Pulp Fiction, it has Samuel L. Jackson, and then what's the other guy's name?
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
Oh no, and the guy of Die Hard.
Oh yeah, he's in it.
Yeah, he's the one that's getting reamed. What the hell?
No idea what his name is.
Wasn't he married to what's her name? One in Ghost. What's his name? He's in Die Hard. He's the main actor in Die Hard.
All I know is, Ron, if you ever get the chance,
Bruce Willis.
How much is it?
It's on YouTube for literally, Huffer Billy was like, hey, TB, I really want you to watch this movie. He's like, I don't care, here's $10, however much it costs. Dude, I literally paid for the movie. It was like $12.99. I paid for the movie. It is one of the craziest, random, weirdest movies I've ever seen.
You have to watch it.
Yeah,
it's a
right,
Tarantino movie. It's funny.
But it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you like Family Guy, if you like American Dad, if you like random movies, you're gonna like this movie.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. I love it when he says, "Say what again?"
Yeah, say what again? Say what again? Or the part where they're riding down the road and he's like, yeah, where he's got the gun to him and he's like, I promise, it just went off by itself.
Yeah, like
he's
you hit a bump or something.
Yeah, you hit a bump or something. I didn't pull the trigger. He's like, man, come on. I promise, I didn't pull the trigger. Yeah,
he
bro.
blew this guy's head off in the car with blood and brains everywhere with the shotgun.
Wow.
So they had to clean it up. And John Travolta's like, damn, man. I mean, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like, yo, come on, dude.
They don't show the details. I mean, it's funny. It's the whole concept of just sick humor. It's sick as hell.
But it is a really, really good movie.
Yeah, but hell, TB was at a plate. I mean, listen, we were in Florida going to get bait, and we were in a shop just like the place in this movie. And TV's in there fraternizing with this dude who clearly is a racist. Okay, number one. Number two, he's a deviant. You just know he's a deviant. And TV's in there just chatting it up with him and everything. I'm like, dude, let's go. And he's like,
Yeah, Ron.
no, you know,
Basically,
we
I
just
went on
got to.
vacation with Huffer Paul fishing in Colby, and we go into a bait shop, and it's probably the most racist place I've ever been in my life. And I'm over here talking to the owner, and I'm like, "Hey, you know, blah blah blah." And the looks on Colby Fishing and Huffer Paul's face were like, "Dude,
Get
if
the
you don't
hell
shut
out of
up,
here, TV.
like he's about to sacrifice you to the KKK. Like, come on, dude."
Wow. Okay.
It was bad.
Oh
Dude.
no, Ron, it was worse than you think. Like I know we're
It was
joking right
horrible.
now, but the posters that were up in the store,
Oh, it was. They were some serious shit.
you could tell it was stuff that he had found from like the 60s.
Mm.
It was rough, dude.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It was bad. And I'm like, TV buy a
Now, where's
vinyl,
the shop?
you know?
It was in Florida. The crazy thing is the fact it was in Florida.
St.
I need to go
Petersburg.
there.
Wasn't it St. Pete? Isn't that where we were?
Oh, I think it was, yeah.
I mean,
We were trying to go to a certain place to go fish, but we could never
we had to find bait, right? So we went to a bait shop. It looked like an old gas station being converted into a bait shop. So you pull in and you go in there. And the guy doesn't have any teeth. He has two teeth, like a Bama man. And
Yeah.
he's like, "How y'all doing?" The rebel flags everywhere.
and of course, Ryan, I'm the first one to talk. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing there, buddy?" Yeah, hey, oh man, listen, hey, look, we just here, blah blah blah, and fishing, Hufferbilly and Kobe all go quiet. They're
We're
like,
like,
what the heck did we just get into, dude?
yeah, I was like, they got a gimp in the back. If you see the movie, you'll know what I
Yeah,
mean.
when you see the movie, Ryan, you'll understand. But, and I
Okay.
didn't understand what, dude, I didn't understand what Hufferbilly meant. He explained it to me like 3 different times, and I did not understand.
Until
And
you
I
saw the
saw the
movie.
movie, and I was like, what the flip? Like, what? I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I swear that dude, he
It
was like, yeah, I can't stand the way the world is. The posters he had on the wall was like revolution
anarchy.
and yeah, anarchy, revolution. This man was ready for war.
He's like, well, we're armed. We know what's going down. This was before the 2020 election.
Oh, this was around that.
Yeah. And he's like, no, we know what's going down, and we're gonna take back this country. I'm like, oh my God. And then and TV's over there just glad handing them like, well, what kind of night crawlers would you use for this? And do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
any
yeah,
faith?
yeah. I was
And
just
I'm like,
asking.
dude, let's get the hell out. Let's go. Let's leave. And the TV's over there just talking, and I'm like, dude, stop. Don't talk to this guy. Let's go. We gotta get out. We get in the car. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, they all were so mad at me for that, bro. They were like, why are you talking to him? I was like, because, well, to be honest, my thought was the more that I talked to him, the less chance I had of being.
That's a sucker. That's a sucker in you, bro. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out immediately. No, don't be a sucker.
Yeah, they'll be a sucker for them KKK leaders.
Mm-mm.
I felt like he could change my life and take me to the Bahamas.
Yeah, he ain't gonna
No.
do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing but put you on a shish kebab and eat you. Yeah. He likes dark meat. That's what he told
Yeah,
me.
there you go. Yeah. Like dark meat and frozen shrimp. That's what we want.
It was bad.
Ryan, how you doing though, buddy? It's 2:40 in the morning.
I'm doing good.
Hey,
Wait,
Ryan.
Tired, so we're good. Yes.
Hey, Ryan. Let me ask you a couple. Now, if you had to pick, seriously, if you had to pick a team, that wasn't like in the top 5 or top 10. Like in the everybody else is going. Well, these teams could be the. If you could pick a team that may make it to the 4-team playoff this year, outside of those normal people, who do you think? And don't please God, if you say that other team again, I'm gonna kill you. Who do you think it'd be?
Shoot. That's a tough one.
Well, it's not a big thing. I mean, it should be come off the top of your head.
Or off the top of your tongue. Ooh.
Yeah, top of your tongue. Yeah, whatever. Tongue, head, whatever.
Hey.
Same difference. Tongue and head together are good.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I may go with Arkansas.
You know who I think it. Who I think it might be.
Who's that?
Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Oh, was Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
I said that earlier. I forget who it was, but I was just like, I do think that Lane Kiffin is.
He's wily. He's a wily little mother.
I don't think that's a bad pick because
I think Wiley's a wily motherfucker. Yeah, and if he gets in the SEC championship game, Lord have mercy. I mean, I'm just saying. And I like Lane Kiffin. I'm not a big Lane Kiffin fan, but I respect the hell out of him. And then in a couple of years or so, I think I would say Hugh Freeze's Auburn would be the other one.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
I think people really are underestimating Hugh Freeze.
Yep.
I think he is licking his lips at what he's about.
Oh God, he's about to make. That's why Saban's going to retire soon.
Yeah, you got Lane Kiffin, you got Hugh Freeze, you got Arkansas, you got Brian Kelly. All these guys are after your throat, dude. Just accept your legacy.
Get the hell out while you can, while you're on top, and then ride in the sunset. They won't ever get your national championships. They're not going to get them.
To be honest, what I would do if I was Lane Kiffin, what I would do if I was Nick Saban, dude, I would go to the NFL.
He doesn't even need that. He's fine.
I know. I'm just saying, just to get an extra payday.
Why?
Unless you want to retire and just be done with it. But if you
look, I've retired. Well, I can retire. I've got over $1.5 million in my life.
Yeah,
and I can retire. Why in the hell? He's got 15 to 50 million.
Because I think he's competitive.
Yeah, but
I feel like
70.
I know, but I feel like he's the type. Okay, let's say he doesn't go to the NFL. I feel like he's the type. If Deion Sanders was like, "Hey, come be my defensive coordinator for 2 years,"
he ain't gonna do that.
But I feel like
you know what he said to Deion? He said, "Deion, you be the defensive coordinator. I'll be the head coach. You need to get the fuck on the back seat." That's what Tatum would say.
I know. I feel like he's too competitive. I feel like he would be the type that's like,
he don't be nobody's bitch. And look, he shouldn't be, but he also is. He's got more money than God. So
yeah, true, because it's not like he's out there spending it all the time.
No, he don't need no money. Payday. He don't give a fuck about a payday.
Yeah, that's true. He really may just retire. I could see that.
Yeah. And just let it be. And it basically tout or taunt everybody else. Worse than Spurrier. Well, I don't know anybody else has won that many natties. So what he used to say every day.
You know what I could see though? Well, how about this then? What if he goes to Kirby and goes and beats his defensive analyst for 2 or 3 years?
Yeah,
just to win a few more natties.
He won't even tell anybody. He'll just do it. because he want to help Kirby. But he ain't gonna tell nobody, and Kirby won't put it on the staff.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Kirby won't even say anything.
Yeah, this is being
There are reports that Nick Saban is on your staff. Kirby, is this true?
He isn't on my staff. I ain't paying him a damn dime.
Yeah, no, Kirby's
And
not.
Nick every day is going, Kirby, you got to do something about this. These damn linebackers ain't worth a damn.
I know, Nick. I know. So, Kirby, we hear that Nick Saban is on your staff. No, Nick is dead.
No,
Nick died 3 weeks ago. We had his funeral, but
Like-
there are pictures of him at your practice. That's not Nick.
it's like weekend at Birdie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Anyways.
be funny?
Ryan, thank you for hanging out
Yes.
with us, dude.
Ryan, you're good, man.
I know I didn't talk
Yeah.
much, but
No,
Well,
but
you can't because we're overbearing.
yeah, I don't know much about any other teams, but around us. So
well,
Yeah.
and the one thing you'll learn too, though, about it, Ryan, on YouTube, you just tonight. I hope you understand this. You have contributed more than half of the people me and Huffer Billy have ever met on YouTube. Other people, just,
Exactly.
bro, be honest. Other people, Huffer Billy, they just get on here and sit in the background. They don't say anything.
Mm.
They just sit on here and it's
It-
awkward
but,
as
right,
crap.
it's tough. It's tough to get a word in edgewise with me.
It is, but at the same time, I think some of these people feel intimidated because we know so much about every single team, and it's
Yeah.
like, at least Ryan, you know about your team. Half the
Yep.
people we talk to don't even know about their own freaking team.
Yeah.
yeah,
They don't.
So, thank you, Ryan, and coming on here and telling us about Western Kentucky. We really appreciate it. The
Damn, TV.
SMU Mustangs are going to be great this year. Thank you.
yeah, I hope so.
Thank you. Yes. The what is it? The Atlanta Thrashers. The Thrashers are going to be great along with the Rainbow Unicorns. So we do appreciate it.
Yep.
But just so you know, TB, I'm sitting here rubbing my on my t-shirt. And
Oh, I
my
was about to say, bro, don't tell me what you're rubbing.
no, my nipples are hard.
No, stop it.
Why
Okay.
is that happening? I'm like, damn. My nipples hardly ever get hard, but they're hard tonight.
My man pointing at he laser pointing at things on the wall for his cat to jump at. Oh man. But anyways, continue about your point. Wait, what was the point?
There was no point.
There was no point. It was just an eraser, everybody.
Exactly. I got a racer head for nipples tonight. I don't know why.
My boy Huff Billy got gumdrops as nipples. So everybody Ryan, you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey,
Okay.
Ryan. Love you, man. It's
Oh,
funny. We gotta have fun.
Too.
We're gonna end the stream right here, guys. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let Huff Billy and Ryan say
Later.
what they want to say. And then
I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done. I'm saying no.
Okay. All right, Huff Bill, I'll let you go real quick. Thank you for jumping on, big dog. And Ryan, I will let you go, but I'll jump on the party real quick. But thank you for jumping on for real, dude. For real. That definitely helps out. And everybody else, you guys have a good night. We're gonna end the stream and call it a Friday night. It's 3:00 in the morning. God dang. Okay. All right, bye guys. Peace.